The makers of specialized cameras to quickly scan for fevers as people enter crowded workplaces are grappling with soaring demand while confronting supply disruptions, forcing some to prioritize customers such as hospitals. Many manufacturers such as Tyson Foods and Intel Corp are experimenting with thermal cameras to ensure workers do not enter factories with potential illness, a critical part of staying open during the pandemic that could become more widespread as economies reopen. Thermal camera companies say the surge in interest has caused a sales spike, with some tripling quarterly revenue or selling as many units in a few weeks as they had in more than 5 years. The most common method for checking employee temperatures uses a handheld thermometer, but that limits how fast workers can enter a building and requires operators to stand inside the 6-foot boundary recommended for social distancing. Thermal cameras, which measure the amount of energy an object emits relative to its surroundings, represent a potentially safer non-contact alternative. The cameras can scan people as they enter through doorways or hallways and send alerts to pull aside an employee for a check with a thermometer. Thermal Technics has its engineers working around the clock. In addition to Tyson Foods Incorporated in the United States, Thermal Technics has employed its FEV-IR Scan 2 thermal imaging camera at airports as well. At U.S. camera maker Flash Systems, the company is seeing an exponential increase in demand while dealing with suppliers who have been disrupted by lockdown orders in Malaysia and elsewhere.
FLIR Systems, for starters, has been supplying thermal cameras for elevated skin temperatures since the SARS outbreak in 2003, predominantly in Asia. And Asia has long since established and put infrastructures up to screen for it on a regular basis. We believe this technology has the potential to be part of the new normal. We're anticipating seeing more temperature screening, primarily in public areas and other high traffic areas. Like 9/11, when it first finally hit home for us, we started doing whatever it took to be able to prevent future incidents from happening. I believe you'll see something similar now that COVID-19 has hit home in the States as well.
At Israel camera maker Upgirl, the company modified a thermal camera used for industrial maintenance work to check for fevers, but the technology still faces challenges before becoming a universal way to detect fevers. Thermal cameras do not measure absolute temperature, they measure the difference in energy emitted between one object and the other. That means the system would need to be recalibrated. And fever alarms still need verification with a medical-grade thermometer. Camera makers are working to make software to detect fevers faster and ideally on more than one person at a time. But the technology won't allow the cameras to pick fevers out of a crowd of people over a wide area with enough accuracy to meet international standards. While much of the current spike in demand stems from critical infrastructure, most thermal camera makers expect fever detection to become more commonplace after the pandemic passes as the world tries to return to work.
Yeah, let me start by saying that these cameras are not medical devices. They're a frontline tool, and they detect and give an early warning of an elevated skin temperature. So they take a picture of your face, and from looking at your face, typically the hottest point on your face occurs right here around the tear duct. And that's the most indicative of your internal body temperature. So what it's doing is it's screening your internal body temperature, or actually your external skin temperature near your eye, relative to others around you. And if you are higher, it will flag you and have you put out for additional medical screening from a trained professional.
Tech tips on how to get the latest information and guidance from WHO regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's how to add the WHO chatbot to your WhatsApp. Step 1. Create a new contact with this phone number +4 179 893 1892. Step 2. Send hi to the added contact on WhatsApp. Step 3. Follow the automatic guideline from the reply to your message with either a number or an emoji. The chatbot service is the official business account of the World Health Organization and will provide all one needs to know about the coronavirus pandemic.